All right, so this is our first, optional or add-on item to the ferro rod. Basically, what we have here is we have the ferro rod we already made. Then we've got a striker, and we've got a carabiner. These give us a few different options for how to position this or add it. So, let's say we want to include a striker with this. Now, I generally am going to use this without a striker. I include it as part of a Leatherman sheath kit, and the assumption is I've got the Leatherman with me. The back of the Leatherman saw does just fine as a striker, so you won't need a separate striker if you don't want it. So you see right here, we've got this nice 90-degree angle, and that'll go just fine down the ferro rod to make sparks. But let's say you want to add a striker. So you've got, a striker here is a basic one that I'll link to below, but it's got centimeters on one side. So this actually millimeters on one side. So this actually adds a ruler to your kit as well. It's got a bottle opener because everything has a bottle opener. And then it's got the map measurements here as well. A couple different ways you could potentially add this. So the first way is obviously we could set aside the carabiner and not use that at all. You could simply connect it here. The benefit of that is obviously you don't need to add additional carabiner, but it hangs really low. So if you have this on a side belt, if you have this attached to a belt, say you put this in your Leatherman sheath kit, for example, it dangles really low and jingles around. Now, it generally doesn't make noises too much because it's below the ferro rod, which is nice. But still, you've got this big dangler now, which is, kind of annoying. The next option would be to put it on here and then connect it. Now, the benefit of this is it's really easy to get off. So you can always just remove it quickly. If you connect it directly to this, it's pretty hard. But if you're saving this for a real survival situation, you might not care that once in a while you've got to go through the trouble of getting it off the keyring. If you want to access it quickly, like let's say you're also going to use this just as your regular fire starter, then you might want to hang it down here like this, and then it's dangling off. Plus, you've now added a small carabiner, which has a variety of uses to the kit. If you don't like that, and this is generally how I end up doing it, is I actually clip it up here. The plus of this is that it keeps it all hanging relatively together. This isn't lower than anything else. But you do get jangling as this hits. So while that's a little annoying, I haven't found it too intolerable. So generally, if I'm including this in my kit, I'll put it on here. And I've mostly included it recently just to test it more than anything else. Because again, I would use the saw on my signal to spark with this. But if you want to have an extra, if you're worried, let's say you lost that, you can add this on here.